if your projects are overdue, if you are indecisive, if your career is sluggish, if you have missed opportunities, if your professional and personal goals are cluttered, if you are highly stressful and in chaos, if you are unproductive, this video is for you. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you are the pilot by Michael Arsu. To master 20 powerful time management strategies, you should be like a pilot. Get set, ready, and go. I am Syed Riyal with you today to elaborate 20 powerful time management strategies for success. I am involved in teaching time management course from the last 14 to 15 years. Among all the resources such as men, material, machine, money, and the time, the scarcest resource is time. You can get more material or machine if you have money. The only resource which you cannot buy is time. You have 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, 365 days in a year, not less, not more. If you lose money today, you can earn it tomorrow. If you lose one semester or 1 year in your life, you cannot get it back. Time gone is gone. Every second the stock markets are changing. Identifying correct buying time and selling time in stock market makes you from millionaires to billionaires. If you are lazy, procrastinating in buying and selling, you will end up with zero in the stock market. There are many personalities who became highly successful in their life when they identified the importance of time. Here you have 20 incredible time management strategies. Let us enjoy it. Number one, draw a personal vision. Effective time management starts with clear vision and goals. Vision is a guiding path. It tells us where we should go. Your personal vision statement guides your life and provides the direction necessary to chart the course of your days and the choices you make about your career, life, and family. Think of your personal vision statement as the light shining in the darkness that illuminates your path through the forest of life. What you want to become and shine in your life based on your passion and long-term goals. Number two, draw a personal strategy. How to outline your personal strategy. There are 6 steps in writing your personal strategy. These are the 6 steps. Step number 1, long-term personal and professional goals you have to draw, that is ranging from 5 to 10 years. Whereas yearly, half-yearly goals are short-term goals. You need to monitor your goals for accountability purpose. Step number 2, while setting your goals, you have to set few professional goals, few personal goals, both short-term and long-term. After setting goals, you need to prioritize goals. Number 3, set deadlines for goals. Goals should be transparent, achievable, and measurable. You need to set deadlines for each goal, or else it is like planning in the air. Goals should be related with the action plan. Make a personal SWOT analysis. For some people, personal SWOT analysis looks to be ridiculous, looks to be silly. Everybody has strength. Some people think strength means only money. It may be your youthfulness. A young person can turn the globe like Hercules. Use your strength and opportunities. Whenever I talk about opportunities, I like the positive statement of one of our conglomerate, Mukesh Ambani. India is a land of a billion opportunities. You need to make a good SWOT analysis, identifying your strength, weaknesses, and you need to address your weaknesses and threats. How to write a personal strategic plan you will learn in my next video. Develop yourself according to SWOT analysis. Use your resources and achieve your goals. Resources doesn't mean only money, it may be your time, opportunities, ideas, networking, abilities, and family support. Let your resources shine. Number 3, identify efficiency and effectiveness. Most of the people, they are getting confused with these two vocab. A clear demarcation between efficiency and effectiveness to be identified. Most of the people think these are synonymous and interchangeable. Being efficient means doing things quickly and properly. But efficiency is not good time management. To get results, you must be effective, which means knowing what your priorities are and doing the right things at the right time to achieve your objectives. Efficiency is doing things right, whereas effectiveness is doing the right things, and good time management will enable you to do the right things at the right time. In processing, efficiency is good, whereas in time management, more focus is given to effectiveness. Let me put you in this way. You have a project deadline with good quality. You are focusing on quality of project, forgetting deadline. You are efficient. The client will not listen to you. You need to balance in between and deliver the project on time. That is effectiveness. Number 4, break daunting tasks to smaller ones. This can be the only way to tackle long-term tasks where the end seems to be out of sight. Breaking a task into smaller ones will allow you to achieve some small successes, which should give you the motivation necessary to see the job through. Making a series of smaller commitments is much easier than making a single large one. Ideally, each subtask should have its own deadlines. This gives you a series of short-term targets to aim for and enable you to correct and slippage as it occurs, rather than struggling to make up all of the accumulated lost time at the end of the project. Number 5, stop multitasking. No doubt multitasking has several advantages. If you analyze carefully, it is like jack of all and master of none. Not only you lose your energy and efficiency, but also it will affect badly on your time management. It is a main source of stressfulness also. In business, one has to avoid the madness of Alexander the Great. Number 6, learn to delegate. Delegation indicates those tasks that you could or should have given to someone else to complete, including priority activities where appropriate. On consideration, you may identify priority tasks that you could have delegated a significant part of, even if you needed to tackle part of the work personally. Delegation need to have components of authority, responsibility, and accountability. A bad manager is a bad delegator, and a bad father is also a bad delegator, and both gets crazy with a lot of cluttered work. Number 7, do the worst job first. Doing the worst job first involves making the worst task the one thing that you commit to complete that day, irrespective of the other consideration. This prevents a task from becoming an ongoing source of anxiety, which can make you less productive until it is completed. Doing the most difficult job first, even though with many steps, keeps you all the time relaxed. Number 8, make public commitment to do the job. Making a public commitment can be done in a number of ways. You can make your intention public by circulating copies of your project to your colleagues in case of official tasks. You can also make public your family goals among your parents and children. In both the cases, both the public's office and home, you have to support your vision. Everybody will support your vision. As everybody knows, there is no substitute for teamwork. Number 9, avoid procrastination. Procrastination is just telling yourself, let me do it later. It is putting off or delaying, especially something requiring immediate attention. A good sign of procrastination: after your morning alarm, 5 minutes extra sleep misses your flight. Consider every day as you are catching your flight. That's the title of this, what you call, topic. Your real enemy in time management is procrastination. There are many reasons why people procrastinate. Maybe either a project, maybe for doing an important task. Number 1, they have a fear of failure. Number 2, they have excessive perfectionism in their mind. Number 3, some people have low energy levels. That's why they used to procrastinate. Most of the people have lack of focus in their work. That's why they used to procrastinate. Number 10, change your habits. Psychologists say it takes approximately 21 days to change a work habit. It certainly is a good news that we can change our habits in this short span of just 21 days. If we determine to do so, or else it is rather difficult to change a habit even after 21 years. I would like to take this opportunity to quote the best quote from our past president, India's past president, Abul Kalam. You cannot change your future, but you can change your habits, and surely your habit will change your future. Our projects, our future is directly or indirectly related to our habits. That's why we need to be more concerned about changing our habits. Habit includes getting up early. You know, if you get up early, you can get a lot of things done. Number 11, combine smartly improvement task with maintenance task. First, you need to know the difference between maintenance task and improvement task. What is maintenance task? Maintenance task maintain value, they help ensure survive. They help you to ensure you to survive. Examples: maintenance task: eating, sleeping, bathing, dressing, driving, waiting in a red signal. It consists about 60% of our total time. Out of 24 hours, around 60% we are using for maintenance task. Improvement task adds value. They help ensure you thrive. Examples of improvement task: office work, business hours, jogging, exercising, reading, learning, family meeting, corporate meetings, so on and so forth. This includes 40% of our real time. How you combine it? You have to eat, but you can eat with your family members to improve the bond of relationship. At the same time, you can discuss your family business on the dining table. You have to drive your car, but you can listen to ebook or media files on well-known personalities on your CD player to improve your knowledge. You have to wait in the waiting lounge for 2 to 3 hours in the airport. Why not finish a major part of your management book or books on some important personalities such as biographies, so on and so forth. You have to answer a long phone call sometimes. At the same time, you can organize your desk. Number 12, follow 80-20 rule. By now, everyone in the business world knows what is 80-20 rule. Sometimes we call it as a 20-80 rule or 80-20 rule. It is basically tells us that 80% of the result we get are achieved from 20% of our action. Now, when it comes to effective time management, this rule suggests you look at your to-do list and find ways to keep it simple. According to this principle, you should get down to the most important tasks and focus on accomplishing them first. Some of the examples for 80-20 rule: 80% of sales volumes comes from 20% of product in the product line. 80% of company's revenue comes from 20% of its customers. 80% of a company's productions comes from 20% of its employees. Time management is the most common use of the Pareto principle. He is a Russian and he has developed this principle, as most people tend to thinly spread out their time instead of focusing on the most important task. With all of this in mind, if you relate this to time management, it means that 80% of your output should come from just 20% of your time. The very smart way of time management. Number 13, set priorities. Priorities are those activities that represent genuine priorities for that working period. This should include only those activities that make a significant contribution to what you are trying to achieve. Be disciplined in only identifying real priorities. They are by definition the few rather than many tasks. Number 14, set deadlines for every task. Deadlines help in managing priorities. They provide us with a roadmap on how much time they must complete their tasks. If the deadline is met, it helps to track and measure progress and accomplishment, and you have no pressure as such. Develop your convenient roadmap and visualize all the steps needed to reach the end goals. Use personal Gantt chart for 6 months or 1 year to track your deadlines for each task. Number 15, avoid Mr. Perfectionist attitude. Most of the people follows, they want to be 100% perfect. In this way, they cannot have good time management. This is the difference of work culture between Japanese and American companies. No doubt Japanese are Mr. Perfectionist, whereas Americans believe in patches, updates, and patchwork. This is the difference between Sony and Microsoft also. If you want to do more with less time, follow a low bit of patchwork. Do the work, then follow for the updates. This is my 11th video for my e-learning students in 2 months, in just 2 months, because of pandemic. If I follow perfectionist rule, still I would have been working on a single video. Follow the deadline, launch your work, go for updates. It is a continuous improvement. Don't stuck only in one project or in one job for longer and longer time. Number 16, stop meeting madness. Meeting for the sake of meetings. It is a famous quote we use now and then. Meetings for the sake of meetings complaints are supported by research showing that meetings have increased in length and frequency over the past 50 years, to the point where executives spend an average of nearly 22 to 23 hours in a week, up from then 10 hours in the past, that is in 1960. And that doesn't even include all the impromptu gatherings that don't make it into the schedule. Apart from meetings, in some of the organizations, they have scheduled meetings. Every week we need to meet 1 hour. Apart from the scheduled meetings, they used to have another 4 unscheduled meetings. That's really killing the time. So that is the meaning here. And that doesn't even include all the impromptu gatherings that don't make it onto the schedule. This is very common in all organizations. This is to be understood by managers at all levels. That's why you have what you call these type of boring meetings. It is a study conducted by Harvard University. Number 17, set rules for social media and networking. Due to large number of social platforms available to everyone, information overload making us very much inefficient. Our energy is channelized in different directions. And at the end of the day, we are not achieving anything. We need to set our own rules for social media. For example, use time with discipline. Every day, not more than 1 hour for social media, 50 to 60 minutes, or every week, not more than 2 to 3 hours. Don't be fascinated to telecom companies' offers and waste your time in unproductive way. If you are professional and need internet for your routine activities, that's different. Number 18, learn to say no. It is an art. Every day you are flooded with requests, formal and informal, large and small. They are not just from direct bosses and teammates, but also from lethargic colleagues all over the organization. On the top of that, family, friends and acquaintances, and sometimes even of complete strangers. The requests keep coming across tables and through WhatsApp, by phone, email and instant messages. These requests distract your direct manager's mandatory work. So you will do all the what you call silly work, sidetracking what the manager has given to you. If we allow such requests, you will be end up piling your important and urgent personal and official work. We need to learn to say no to be more effective in time management. Number 19, plan the evening before. This is my most favorite slide. Sometimes we call it as creating a to-do list. It addresses a myth in time management. Most of the people, they used to say time management is a waste of time. In fact, it is opposite. To create a to-do list, it will take less than 2 minutes. To update it, it will take 1 minute. But the results are amazing. You can create a to-do list either at the end of the day on a piece of paper before going to bed or immediately when you rush to your office. It pays a lot of dividend. I am practicing it from the last 10 years or so. Now I am using Microsoft OneNote. It is an amazing app with cloud technology. You can use across many devices with Microsoft or Hotmail account. When you make some updates while you are doing morning walk, it will reflect on all devices in your office as well as at home. You can relate goal related activities also. In this, you can prioritize things to do, urgent as A's, important as B's, and needed as C's. And you can reprioritize while updating A1, A2, A3, and B1, B2, B3, and C1, C2, C3. To-do list has several advantages, such as it enables us to plan our work sensibly. It acts as a reminder. It unclutters, avoids so many things, messy things in the mind. Number 20, this is the last and very interesting slide. Be proactive in time management. It is a piece of advice for the people who really want to become a good person in time management. This is the most practical way to change your life. If you really mean to change your life, don't forget to follow these simple tips. Turn off TV for serials and news. The idiot box at home which consumes maximum of your time. Put a do not disturb sign on your office when you don't want people to stop by. Nowadays, people are working on bigger and bigger projects at home also. Assign a special room for your office at home and just tell your family members. We cannot write very officially do not disturb like in office. You can just tell your family members not to disturb you for a certain amount of hours, not 24 hours, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes we used to have very important tasks that should not be distracted. Keep your cell phone mute when you are in important tasks which needs concentration of mind. Turn off notification for social media, the most disturbing factors. It used to buzz and it used to unnecessarily disturb you, lot of notifications. We need to organize our, what you call social media platform in a proper way. Shut down your email clients when it is not the best time to reply emails. You can install Web Nanny that will prevent you from visiting social networks when it is time for deep work and so on. Time management cannot be learned in a couple of weeks. It needs full determination to learn for your professional and personal success in life. It needs practice, practice, and practice that makes you success in your workplace as well as in your personal life. Good luck. If you have any more suggestions on this video, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment box. Thank you.